algorithm for the channel. So Jonte Porter, Michael Porter Jr.'s brother. Michael Porter Jr. plays for the Denver Nuggets, world champs at the moment. His brother is banned for life from the NBA for gambling. And they're using him and they're making an example out of him. Obviously, I mean, he scores 4 points a game. He's fresh out of the G League. They're making an example out of him because of who he is. I think because I don't think a notable player gets that type of punishment. In the NFL, you had Calvin Ridley, who just got a huge contract with the Titans. He got suspended for a whole year for gambling. But this cat here was gambling at a crazy amount. He's using NBA gambling partner websites and apps. And that's where the hypocrisy comes in. It's like, y'all have made it to where everybody else can gamble. The fans have got money on this, right? Everybody else is involved. We're supposed to believe the refs don't gamble, right? And, it's all squeaky clean from the NBA. We got to protect the integrity of the game. That's what they call it, right? And it's like, okay, so you could beat your wife, you could push somebody, you could fight another teammate, but don't you dare gamble. We got to protect them. Don't you dare insult the integrity of the game. Like, this is wild, man. So, and that's the statement that they made pretty much. NBA, Adam Silver said there's nothing more important than protecting the integrity of the NBA competition for our fans, our teams, and everyone associated with our sport, which is why Jonte Porter's blatant violations of our gaming rules are being met with the most severe punishment, said by Adam Silver. So the investigation came out that Porter was engaged in widespread. Basically, he was making parlays, right? He wasn't gambling on games that he actually played in. So that's why I'm like, okay, so why a lifetime ban? But he was putting out disclosed information. He made an $80,000 bet ahead of a March 20th game. This is recent. That would underperform that. He would have been paid out a $1.1 million if this would have went through. And this is when he got caught. Obviously, as soon as it was time to really make a big bag, he got caught. Ain't that something? So when Porter was with the G League Raptors from January to March, he placed 13 bets on NBA games using associates' online betting accounts, right? So he's using accounts like Prize Picks, DraftKings. You see it everywhere. Everybody's podcast that's got a sports-related show is either got DraftKings in the corner of the screen, some type of betting app that they associated with. And he's using NBA is partnered with all of these people, so this is where the players defend themselves and say, well, hey, why can't we get involved? And we're not. And most of these players that get suspended, NFL or NBA, it's not even games they're playing in. They just betting on games. They got friends around the league and they know inside information. I get it, but they got a little advantage. But hey, it is what it is. When you open up Pandora's box and let gambling become legal, you're going to have this problem. It's going to be all over sports sooner or later. Now, they saying his money he gambled went from $15 up until $22,000. He basically was spending his whole check. He couldn't have been getting, he's not making crazy money. He's on a really small, probably 10-day contract. He's a G League guy. Like I say, 4 points a game. And they made an example out of Cuz. Straight up. And he's what? They say, while legal sports betting creates transparency, it helps identify suspicious and abnormal activity. This matter also raises important issues that the sufficiency of our regular framework currently in place. Blah, 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 blah. That's your way of trying to, preach back to the people who say it's wrong. Like, you got to expect this at some point. And these players are definitely involved. Wednesday's announcement appeared to catch the team by surprise. So the Raptors, they were shocked. The Raptors president, you don't want this for the kid. You don't want this for our team. We don't want this for our league. My reaction is he's surprised, but none of us, and I don't think any of us saw this coming. Stop it. Like I said, Shaq was just talking about this the other week about how Tim Donaghy, back in the day, the Kings and the Lakers, he got caught gambling. They had a whole documentary on him. They're going to probably do a documentary on this dude, Jonte Porter, right? How he got caught. They made an example. He's the poster boy for this, because this is the first, NBA scandal I could think of gambling-wise. It's happened in the NFL a few times already. They had 5 or 6 guys last year. And like I said, Kevin Ridley was the first guy, so he got the most punishment. He had 1 year. They sat him out. right? And that was a notable player, not a star, but a notable player. This guy was, they looked at him as a scrubine, so they're like, nah, you done. And yeah, even Shaq was talking about how he knew some refs that were bookies and had some underground like gambling rings and things like that. So this is definitely a thing, but the NBA can't control it. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of other players out here that got parlays too, right? Right, and they doing their thing. But this guy, he just got caught. You would think if you're doing that as a notable player that you got that in somebody else's name. You can't be that stupid, but this is what he does. And a lot of these guys are doing this on their own names, government names. I'm like, how dumb are you guys, man? But yeah, that's what it is, man. Lifetime ban. This guy played 11 games for the Grizzlies, put up 2 points again back in the day, about 3 years ago. And now he's out, and he's got to find something to do now. I hope his brother cash out a big contract. So let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Should this dude have been banned for life, or was it just a little harsh from the NBA?